Hello everyone, it's me Krasimir Panayotov back with another video in the Rich Spirit channel. This will be some sort of trading analysis video, guys, for you, so you can see my point of view, my tradings and my vision for the next days on some of the most traded pairs. Now, what, guys, we have in front of you is the Euro USD, the GOAT, the Gbp Usd, Euro Gbp and some other interesting pairs I have prepared for you. Now let's get started with the Euro USD. Now what you can see here is the daily chart on Euro USD. And I have already marked few zones for you. So you have this previous daily resistance, this current resistance marked in red, and this small support on also on daily in green, the support level. Now we're currently between these two important levels, and I have even drawn interesting level on the 1 hour or the 4 hour chart, which is exactly between them, catching these lows over here and this high over here. Now currently the price is breaking through this trend line, and what I expect we to see this week on this market. Now let's move to the daily back again and see this. I'll delete this zone for now and I will let only these zones. Now we have clearly some strong rejection of the price going higher, and we have pulled back to this 50% zone area. If we draw the Fibonacci, we see that we are around the 50-61% zone area. But what else is interesting, that on Friday we had this huge rejection candle, which can still be a sign for continuation to the downside. So my personal view for this pair is maybe a retest of the resistance and then the next fall to the downside, probably to the 16,200 zone area, 1.16, and next to the 1.15000. Let's check this out, how it looks. Also, what I have seen so far is the start of this flag forming pattern, which is a consolidation pattern, but also continuation pattern if we break above it. So if we break this resistance, we can easily move to this previous resistance zone area or even higher. Now that's all for this market. Maybe anything else interesting I can share with you? Yeah, this looks a little bit like a rising wedge, and this is also a continuation pattern continuing this downtrend. So I personally expect a bearish move, but everything can happen, especially with today's fundamentals. So stay aware, guys. This zone is actually a good zone for a buy signal. So if we reach it in the next weeks, it's good place for taking buy trades. Now let's move to Gbp USD. So this is the daily chart, and what we clearly see here is that now we're retesting the daily resistance around the 1.29700 area, and we have pushed very strongly today to the upside. Now I don't believe that we will break this resistance and this zone right here. So my view is that we can pull back again to the previous resistances. Now here you have one wedge pattern which says that the price should continue going down, but since other hand, here we have a head and shoulders pattern with a left shoulder here, head here and a right shoulder here, which also says that if we break this resistance, we can go higher, probably to these high areas right here. Let me mark it for you, or even to the previous daily resistance level right here. So this is pretty much it. We are still in an uptrend, so we have to be careful. This is the trend line which have marked, and it's very possible to go to the upside, but I somehow think that the US dollar will get some strength this week and will push the price lower. So if we break this trend line and these lows over here, we can easily reach the previous support zone area around $1.27500. Okay guys, that's all for this pair for now. Let's move to the next pair, and the next is actually Euro GBP. And what I see here, let's move to the daily. Let's draw one trend line from here to here, and we see that we are very close to the trend line, so we can see another push to the upside. Also, we have another confluence for this, because on the 4-hour chart we have this wedge forming pattern, following wedge, which is continuation pattern, some sort of a flag pattern, which says that after a breakout we can continue bearish. How much? As much as is the height of the wedge pattern. So the first hour target, if we break this wedge, can be somewhere here around this high and low area. The price was at lows and highs, so here can be our first target. Of course, we can break that and retest this daily resistance. Why daily resistance? Because here we have tested it in the past. Now, what else can happen? Of course, the price can continue bearish with this weak euro and retest these previous lows over here or the previous support zone area. So I will mark these zones for you. If you're bearish on this pair, you can look for taking profits here and here. Okay guys, let's move to the next one, and this is the Audi USD. Today I have discussed with one friend, a forex trader, about this pair. He is bullish on this pair. Why? Because here we have a support zone on the daily chart. Let's move to the daily. We're still in an uptrend, and even after some correction to the downside, we still can continue go bullish. Also, we have this 4-hour engulfing candle, which is usually a buy signal from the support zone, but I also see that the last days we were trending down. And if we zoom in on the 1 hour, we can see that this is the flag pattern, which if gets broken from the lower side, then we can see continuation to the downside, probably to this support area right here, where was the previous lows. And this is what I expect for this pair. If we continue bullish, of course, we should target these previous highs over here, this resistance level, or even the next daily resistance looking back here. And this is also a good opportunities for those who took a buy trade. Now let's move to the next one, and for me and you right now, this will be the gold pair. What I see on the daily chart is that we're still in this uptrend. Even after some correction, we can continue anytime bullish, but also on the daily chart, on the support and resistance level, we have this strong sell signal, this strong bearish signal. We had once before, but we made this breakout, which for me is a false breakout, because shortly after that we saw this strong push to the downside. Now, of course, this can be just a correction of the bullish move, but I personally expect we to respect this zone once again and go bearish again, this time to the 1860 zone area, or even lower to the 1818 zone area, looking back here. So you see these highs over here, this was the resistance in the past, now turned into support. Also, this area can also be a support for the price in the next days. And also we should be aware of this zone, the 1966 zone area, as a potential reversal area. So here we can take profits if we are bullish on this market. But I personally remain bearish, and what we can see here is these three candles, which are the dark clouds or something like this, so-called pattern with the three strong bearish candles. Another thing what I have seen in this market is these two pin bars over here, which are a signs of rejection. So we can reject from this zone, which we have right here, and go bearish. So I have taken already a sell trade, and my first target will be this zone over here. And if we break it, we can even go lower to the 1818 zone area. Okay guys, let's move now to the next market and let's check the NAS 100. Here we have another vision, a strong uptrend on the 1 and 4 hour and as well on the daily. I have mentioned you in the previous video about this head and shoulders pattern with the left shoulder here, the head and the right shoulder, which played pretty well and reached the 70% of the whole height of the head. This is one of the most famous patterns we just applied after the breakout, and we can take profit somewhere in this zone right here. Now, not every time the price will reach the 100%, not every time will reach the 90%, sometimes it will just stop around the 70%. The 70% of the size of the head. So you better be conscious and take profit when you see some sell signals like this pin bar over here or this one over here. So this is what the market actually did. Now after the correction we can expect another push to the upside, another bullish move, and if you can see here we are forming something like a W pattern, which if we break this neckline, we are heading definitely to these previous highs, and if we break them, then definitely to this previous high area right here, which is now resistance for the price. Pretty much the same is the US 30, the stock index. Let's move to the daily, and we see that we are also really close to the ultimate height on our chart. So we can really try to reach these highs once again, and maybe even these previous highs over here. So for now the price is looking pretty bullish on this pair. Of course, if we break this trend line, we can head down to this previous support area. If we break it, we can see another crash on the stock market. Now let's move to the next pairs and what I have prepared for you. Let's see this New Zealand Cad. Yeah, here, as I have mentioned in the previous videos, we can go bullish to this resistance zone, or if we break it, then these head and shoulders will be in play. And we can take profit somewhere here on these previous lows, or even target more far support areas like this zone over here or this support area. So that's it for this market. Euro JPY. Now here it's interesting because we had a strong downtrend, very strong downtrend from the last week, but it ended really interesting. Let's move to the 1 hour with this bullish move, which started breaking the downtrend. And we have a nice price action, this strong engulfing candle, which says that the price can continue to the upside. And I still hold a buy trade, buying it somewhere here after the correction. Why? Because here we have a double bottom pattern or a W pattern. Also, if we go bullish now and if we break this neckline, okay, let me draw it as a trend on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, we are already breaking it. So you see guys, here you have another example of the head and shoulders. You have the left shoulder, the head and the right shoulder, and after the break we take the size of the head. It can be this, it can be this. I prefer to take this one for this time and take profit somewhere in this zone. And here you have a nice lows, which can be a resistance for the price, so we can take like almost 100% of the price. Maybe we can stop around the 90%, or of course we can go deeper and test these previous highs in this daily resistance. If we move to the daily, there is where the price stopped for a few times. Okay guys, if we go bearish after this short push to the upside, we can reach these lows again, and if we break it, of course we are going down, probably to this support area or even lower to this area right here. Now let's move to the USD JPY and see what we have there. Now I have drawn this trending line here and these support and resistance levels, which on the daily basis you see they acted multiple times as a support and resistance in the past. Now we have a strong buy signal here from the resistance, but we are still in the downtrend, so we have to be conscious here. If we break this resistance, we can go up again to these previous highs or to the previous resistance zone, and this is also good opportunity for the traders on USD JPY. If we go bearish, then we have enough room for taking profits around these lows over here. Okay guys, this is all for this market. Let's see if we can check something else. GBP JPY. Okay, this is the weekly chart. We have a strong rejection here, strong bearish signal. Another bearish week we had last week, and we already are recovering or correcting it. Now let's move to the daily and see that we have broken important channel. So from here we can start a new trend. No, let's move to the daily again. So if we respect this resistance line, we can continue bearish to this previous low or to these previous lows over here, or to the daily support zone area. I think that's even weekly zone area. Here I will draw one interesting zone. Just like this. But if we go bullish after this push, we can definitely reach these highs over here. And what else we can see guys is that on the weekly we are still trending pretty much strongly down. So we're near the weekly downtrend. And if we see a retest of this resistance there, we can look for some sell signals. Okay guys, this is all for this market analysis for today. Let's check quickly the Usdollar Cad. Now here I wouldn't say much because we are between two important daily support and resistance areas. Here we have some rejection. On USD CHF we bounced up above this support zone area, and if we reverse the trend, we can see some double pattern over here, maybe push to the upside, but let's see how the dollar will go, because it's very weak last weeks and we have to respect that and trade with the trend, which for now is still looking very bearish. Okay guys, thank you for your attention. If you're new to the channel, just click the subscribe button. If you have any questions, just direct message me in my Facebook profile. And if you want to learn more about any topic of the Forex market, I can share you my thoughts, my visions, my experience. So write that in the comment. I will make the best so I can upload more educational videos and more analysis like this one in the future. Now, have a good, successful trading week. Take this Forex money, they are special for you, and keep grinding because it's not an easy business but very interesting and very profitable as well. Okay guys, see you in the next videos and peace for now.